Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on disaster recovery and build back better. I was talking about disaster preparedness and recovery and role of informations in previous lecture. In this lecture, I will focus on what is the role of social networks to collect information that is necessary for disaster preparedness. So what is the role of social networks to collect, to obtain critical information for making disaster preparedness decisions? That would be our focus. For that, I would depend little on the previous lecture in order to get the case study idea. I hope you remember the Bangladesh one. So in Bangladesh, we said that this is a beautiful country. They are battling with drinking water risk. The reason is that they cannot drink arsenic water, groundwater, because it is arsenic contaminated. On the other hand, they have a problem of water salinity. That is, surface water they cannot drink because they are salty. They get health waterborne diseases, dysentery, diarrhea, cholera, and many other problems. So they have plenty of water in the coastal areas of Bangladesh. They don't have any problem of water. But the problem is that they can't drink. It's not a potable water. Okay? And so our challenge, one way is to collect one possible potential idea, technology, innovation is that we can collect rainwater. We can collect rainwater at the domestic level, at the household level, and that from the rooftop, and preserve it in a tank. And that tank of 5,000 liter can easily provide a family of 5 members drinking water for 6 months dry season. Okay? So small innovative idea, but that we need to promote in Bangladesh. That is our challenge as a planner, as a disaster manager, as an authority. So what we should do? We need to promote this one, not only 3, but huge number, enormous number, okay? Gigantic, one after another. So millions of people, thousands and thousands of people should install these rainwater tank. That is our challenge that we already discussed about. So putting a lot of small power together adds up the big power. That is our motivation. Now we discussed already also that our research problem is that if when we are asking people to install this kind of small innovative idea like rainwater tank, people do not want to make decisions because they do not know about this one. This is an innovative idea. This is the new. So people want to get informations about this one. They need 3 kind of informations. One, to develop their own knowledge, hardware and software knowledge from hearing and observation. Another one is the discussions knowledge, someone's subjective knowledge that we already discussed. That what one's subjective opinion, personal opinion about this kind of innovations. So they also need this one. So 3 kind of informations activities they can involve. One is hearing, that is hearing about the tank or innovations, and to collect its software knowledge, like its function, its utilities, its effectiveness. Another one is observations activity, like collecting hardware informations. What is the shape, size, and structure of that tank? So hearing and observation will give this knowledge to the person. But as I said, that it cannot lead to the adoption. People also want to know the subjective perspective, personal interpretations of the data, of the situation, of the context. So how these tank would help them, they also need to know some discussions with their fellow partners. So this is we called discussions informations, type of informations and network. Now what do they do? How did they would collect these informations? And why do they need social networks? Now imagine then I ask you to buy a ball pen. Okay? I ask you to buy a ball pen. But you don't know about this ball pen. What do you do? How do you make a decision about this ball pen? It's difficult. It's very difficult to make a decision about this ball pen because I really don't know. So maybe in time 2, I ask one of my friend, that, hey, do you know about this ball pen? Any idea? Have you ever used this ball pen? Because this is a new, came from America or somewhere else. This is not available in my place. He said, hey, I have no idea, man. I don't know. Then in time 3, he expanded his network. Okay. He asked somebody, he said, use new ball pen. It's really good. Then someone is saying that, okay, it's damn good. Use it, buddy. Other one is saying, my cousin in US said good. So please. Another one is old is gold. I don't like to try the new. So it is not discouraging. Okay. So in time 4, maybe he has more and more and more networks, more and more informations, asking more and more people. So he then collecting more informations, either good or bad about this. So in this case, most of the people give a better review, a positive review, okay, that very smooth, close your eyes and use it, so, some say damn good, some says it's damn good, and it's cheap and useful. So many people actually encouraging. So with these informations, what the color, how they look like, how it works, he's getting information through his network that really help him to adopt and buy this one. So he reduces his degree of uncertainty through using it, through collecting informations, and now he is using it. So he really reduced the uncertainty whether this will work or not. So social networks can help this way. As a result, when we promote this kind of innovative ideas, technologies to reduce disasters, we call this preventive technologies, risk preventive measures, countermeasures. People share information with each other, either through hearing, either through watching, either through discussions, either through phone calls, either through mass media, giving dialogue or speech. So innovation, the diffusion of innovation, dissemination of technologies is therefore is called information seeking and information processing development or activity. Information processing and information seeking development or activity. Okay. So, but the question is, I need 3 kind of activities to be involved to collect information. One is hearing, observation, and discussions. Now, who will be my source of information? Where should I go for collecting informations? My neighbor, my co-workers, my relatives, my friends, those I don't know, my competitors? Whom should I go? If I want to buy this ball pen, simple ball pen, whom should I rely? My friends? Here is a look. Generally, like Valenti, he's saying that it is the direct and the personal relationships, like friends. I have face-to-face interaction with them. My relationship is direct, personally connected. Or maybe like neighbors, they are also my personal connector. People depends on them for collecting informations, according to his finding. Granovator is saying no, actually direct networks, they don't really work much. It's actually give you redundant informations, same informations again and again, because you are not expanding your networks. Unless you expand your networks, how can you can get new ideas, new evaluation, new reviews, because you are always in the same one. So you need to actually use your weak networks, indirect networks. You don't know your friend. Maybe you are at IIT Roorkee and you are collecting informations from IIT Madras. That is more useful than only collecting informations from IIT Roorkee, right? So which informations I should get and from where? So either it is personal, it could be indirect. Another one is the Burt. He's saying that similar position in structure, that means co-workers and co-students. That means it's not necessarily to be direct relationship, but people generally collect information with whom they have competitions. They have the same kind of positions, They tally, they check, cross-check. This is okay. Oh, he didn't have this iPhone. I should have this iPhone. He didn't have this disaster preventive technology. I should have to raise my status. Or a kind of competition. So I watch him. Or the spatial dimensions, like neighborhood. This is also important. If someone is close to me spatially, it can help. Here we considered three kind of group or the source of informations for people. One is the cohesive groups that depends on the degree and frequency of the tie or interactions. Okay, so how do you decide the cohesive groups? It's just a matter of that how frequently the individuals within a group is connecting. Let us imagine that this is a community, okay, this is a society. This is entirely one community. People living here and they have different networks. Now, if we look into here, we can see that A, B, C, D, they have direct and reciprocal interconnections between each other. The arrows are ties, okay. And then, so this is a group 1 because they are most densely. So C belongs to ABD because he has more network here, although he has some indirect or one-way direction connections with I, but he doesn't belong to there. Like the same way, we can have group 2 and group 3 because they within their own circle is more connected than other. So what is the role of cohesive networks with whom I have direct connections? Every day I am meeting, talking face to face, personal relationship, like my friends. Some are saying that it provides you the opportunity and social obligation. It is a kind of, it also helps you to collect that if I know something from outside or from televisions or mass media, I immediately pass the informations to my direct network partners, like my friends, my neighbors, my co-workers with whom I am very intimate. It's a cohesive. So it actually helps to provide faster information sharing. Not only that, it's not only working as a learning, social learning through passing the information very fast, but also it provides a kind of obligations, pressure, social pressure. If 5 of my friends are using the rainwater harvesting tank or an earthquake resistant building, it becomes my moral duty or social pressure. I feel that I should have also the same, otherwise I cannot be member of them, member of their group. I feel isolated, not easy. So deviant behavior, it could be considered. So I should follow that one. So social obligation is very important in case of social cohesive group case. But another constraints of this one, that you cannot grab the new idea. The information is actually in the same group. So you have the same kind of gossip, the same information is coming and going, because you have a very tight network and this network is closed. Unless you open this network, how come you get the informations? Of course, you can get through mass media or other sources, but human network is not expanding. So somebody is saying that it provides only unnecessary redundant informations, and it prohibits to bring new ideas, new thoughts, new knowledge. Okay. Number 2, structural equivalence or position and role. What is that? That two people, they do not interact with each other, or they may not know each other at all, but they belong to same position. Like in a hospital, two doctors, they may not need to know each other, or they may not know actually, but they have a same position, that they are a doctor in the same hospital. The hospital is very big. So they have same role and same positions. Then people can also indirectly observe each other and compare each other and collect informations from them, okay, indirectly. Or maybe you can imagine that students in a school or researchers in IIT Roorkee. So they don't know each other, but being in same institution in IIT Roorkee gives them some kind of socialization or training to groom up, to get some kind of informations. Okay, so like here you can imagine that this is a community or society network, total Y. There are 5 actors. So we can see the role here. Like A and B, they don't have a direct relationship with each other, but they belong to one group. Why? Because A and B have same interrelationship with C and D. Like both A has a relationship with C and D. Similarly, B has relationship with C and D. They are not connected with any other actors in this network. It is also true for C and D. They don't have any direct contact with each other, but they belong to one group, like a doctor in a same hospital, students in the same school, researchers in IIT Roorkee or any other institute. Okay. Or this group 3E, he is an isolated person because no one has this kind of network. Okay. The role of structural equivalence, it promotes competition. Two colleagues, they're competing with each other. Or it kind of gives you some socialization process. You do not know your researchers in IIT Roorkee, doesn't matter. Somebody in biology department, somebody in engineering department, somebody in planning department. But you have some kind of orientation, some kind of training. It doesn't matter if you don't know each other. Your teachers grooming you. Another dimension is the spatial dimension, spatial groups. You like or not like, you need to interact with your neighbors, and they influencing you. You are also influencing them. So you are interacting face to face, talking to them, watching them. So direct and indirect influence always there. So people started to live in one common place. Also, they have a similar kind of habit or attitude. So now we have three kind of groups. One is cohesive, one is structural equivalence, that is same competition, position and roles, and the question of spatial distribution. Now we have also need to collect three kind of informations or informations through three kind of activities. One is hearing, one is observations, one is discussions. The question is, as an individual, from where I should go to collect which kind of information. For hearing, whom I should depend, to my cohesive partners or my neighborhoods. For observations, whom I should observe, whose activities I should observe. For discussions, more intimate, subjective interpretations about the innovations, whom should I depend on? So the question is, to whom we should depend for acquiring information. This is Bangladesh, as I said, is highly contaminated by arsenic, especially the coastal areas, and also water salinity issue. And we conducted the survey in a small area, city, suburban areas called Moralganj town and Moralganj villages. And this is the bazaar area of this small town. People are collecting water from water pond and also from tubewell sometimes, but the people for rainwater, one Japan-based NGO, they install this kind of tank in many places. In the town, they installed 56 such tanks. In total, they installed more than 250 tanks. Okay. Now, these are some of the pictures of the area to get a glimpse, get an idea that how this area looks like. This is during high tide, and they use canal for transportations mainly. Many places you cannot, roads are disconnected, and during the rainy season. So this is really to give you a glance of the area. So we use some kind of method to define cohesive networks, faction methods. Another one is structural equivalent group by using Burt methods definition in UCNet, and also spatial group, neighborhood affiliations. Anyway, so this is not that important for these discussions, but we need to collect the information through survey about people's social networks. So we ask the people that, okay, kindly name us 3 persons, 3 tank owners in this area, in Moralganj area, with whom you often meet, talk, and discuss in any issues in your daily life. This will give us the idea of the social networks that prevails within the tank owners. So this is a structural equivalent group, and for the hearing, from where they collected depends the first time about the rainwater harvesting tank. We said to the people, hey, please name us 3 persons from where you first time heard about rainwater harvesting tank for your drinking water purpose. So if you, then we generate here is an example of this one. If you look into here, the circles are these red circles are the NGO partners. So this is actually the community boundary, okay, community boundary. So people here, the red one, actually they are the central person. They receive a lot of, so people collected informations from them. They are actually the NGO people, those who are promoting this rainwater harvesting tank. And also some outsiders, you can see some of the outsiders, that means they do not belong to this Moralganj area. People also collected information from them. But also there are some key players inside the community. okay, they actually played a critical role to disseminate informations about the rainwater harvesting tank. Also, the observations for observation network, we ask people that who was the first 3 persons where you saw first time this rainwater tank. And so here also basically you can see that outsiders or NGO people are negligible. They didn't. So it is actually the inside the people, they are the key source of informations for the within the community boundaries. All belong to within the community boundaries. So outsiders have very little influence. Okay. Now discussions with whom they discussed about before they decided to install. We asked them to name 3 persons, and we also found that they are depending on outsiders and also insiders. Okay, like here you can see a lot of networks, and a lot of their. So now look at, we conducted a regression analysis. So we have 3 1. One is the hearing, observations, and discussions. Okay. Now we want to know that from where people collected. One is cultural group like religion, if they have asking it from religious, economic, spatial, social. Okay. And if we see the hearing, we can see that people depends on their cohesive group partners. That means their friends, and a little bit extends to their neighbor. No other are significant. In case of observations, where the first time observed, it is the neighborhood partners who play the big role. That means they watch in their neighborhood. But also the cohesive group partners, like could be that some of the neighbors are their cohesive group partners. In case of discussion, that is the final decisions, they depends on, again, cohesive group partners, okay, and also their neighborhoods. So cohesive group partners and neighbors are the main source of informations. So higher the degree and frequency of ties and network, higher is the information sharing tendency. And neighborhood members are spatial group source of observations for most of the people. Then what is the policy implication of this? We can do one thing, the planners and NGO workers might take this advantage that those who are satisfied with the users of this tank owners, they can come and talk, give a talk to the individuals who have not adopted yet, and especially by conducting neighborhood meeting or workshops in a particular neighborhood. The success stories, someone's adopted a personal opinion of the tank, okay, adopters, and could be documented and distributed in a brochure to potential adopters. And potential adopters are affected by cohesive group partners. So under these like religious, political, and cultural groups, these are actually cohesive groups. So we can use these groups for disseminations. Another strategy to convince potential tank adopters would have satisfied tank adopters to share their experience to other 3 members. Okay, they can also tell us that the 3 or 4 members they can promote it. So these are some of the. Also, we can conduct some door-to-door campaign with this. So thank you very much for listening this talk. I will continue in same on this the role of pioneer adopters on promoting disaster preparedness and information sharing. Thank you very much.